Oh, that's some good shit right there. Bro, skip the BS. Let's get right into it. This is just going to be another one of those build progress videos of mine, like the previous four I've done. Not that I've got anything else better to do, but yeah, and I know it's been about like a month and a half, maybe even 2 months as far as this goes, since the last time I've uploaded a video. But it's kind of hard to retain a schedule because work sucks. It's a lot of it. I don't get very many days off. Someone help me! But anyway, so there's really not going to be too much of a significant change as far as to the whole damn ship and all I've added to it goes, but there is going to be a location towards the stern that we're going to come across that's probably going to blow you away, and I'm not joking. But anyway, before we get that far, let's just take a look at this. This is one of the things I've added to it, just kind of like a simple addition. It's practically nothing more than a bow cargo crane and hatch, pretty much. As far as it goes, I got the idea of it from the Queen Mary 2 and the MS Poseidon from the 2006 movie. Both of them had like these cargo cranes. I think the Queen Mary 2 is the only one that has like these actual cargo bay shafts, I guess. I mean, it's not. I haven't made a shaft that goes into the underbelly of the ship, but I do plan on adding that at some point. So, as far as that goes, on the Queen Mary, the cargo cranes are blocked off to passengers because the bow has like all the anchor chains, the cargo cranes, I think even a helipad, if I do believe correctly. And passengers aren't really allowed on the bow, but whereas my design of the ship, there's like sun decks, pulls, and everything here. So the cargo crane being here, and generically, it would kind of seem out of place. But what I tried to do to fix that is add like bushes, some greenery, almost just to kind of like blend it in with the surroundings of the attractions on board the sun deck here. And I kind of tried to make it authentic, modern. There's even some bushes back this way. And then what is it? The hat, yeah, this whole hatch here, I guess, would fold open in two different halves, and then you could drop shit in there into the lowest cargo bay. As far as the crane goes, I just got the idea of the what should I say? Kind of like the construction of this crane from the Queen Mary 2's cargo cranes. Oh, there goes that Mountain Dew. But anyway, so I guess as far as when you go back here, you would have this fold down piece. Not fold down piece, but you'd have like this like little control section here and up, and then there'd be some like lever controls all along here, operating the crane, reeling down the cable, picking up a truck or a big container or cargo or something. Reel it up here, swing it over, drop it in the cargo hatch, and then somebody down there will take care of it. And I'm still yet to mirror it or copy it to the other side, so not there, but yeah. It's kind of like another little trick of mine whenever I build ships. It's like, I'll build a lot of the details on one side first as like a template, and say if there's some things I don't like, I'll get rid of it and redo it. And then whenever everything's set exactly how I want it, no changes needed, then I'll mirror it to the other side. Now, going into the interior, I have one of my first Atriums. This should be about like one of two, maybe even three on board this ship. And it's just the basic skeletal wraparound frame with two elevators, just to kind of give you the gist that this is an atrium. And standing at the bottom of this and looking straight up, you really kind of get the idea as to just how tall this ship really is. I think the last time I counted, it was like 32 decks, not including the smokestacks. And hell, just standing down here at the bottom, you can almost see the skylight is getting ready to fade away into the render distance, of your viewing. So yeah, that's one more thing I've added in my spare time. And also I finally got the what is it? Yeah, the skeletal exterior frame of all the shelves. Yeah, all the shelves. All the floors of the this would be starboard side, yeah. Starboard side, so all I gotta do is just put in the rooms and this side should be good to go. Which then brings me to the next mark on the checklist. Is on the not starboard side. Damn it, I'm getting confused. On the port side, I've got the schematic of all the looms. Oh my god! Jesus, I just cannot talk this morning. It's a Tuesday. But yeah, all the rooms, got it, rooms. So yeah, I got the schematic of all the rooms laid out along the whole port side of the ship. So eventually I'll be able to start throwing in the cabins and all that stuff, and I think, where was it? Oh yeah, I actually do have like a prototype cabin somewhere towards the bow, or the front of the superstructure anyway. Should be like a little box. Yeah, there it is. I'm actually going to go from the outside first and then inside. And just kind of like a little floor plan design. It's just on the top, yeah, the top deck just below the bridge. There's going to be kind of like these second or first class cabins. I honestly feel like I need to make these bigger, but this is just kind of like a prototype as to what like a basic, you know, cabin on board this ship's going to look like. There'll be kind of like a wraparound hallway with cabins on this side and then interior cabins on the other side of the hallway. You walk in, and then you've got... Oh shit, whoa. I thought it was going to fall. Then, okay, so you walk in, you'll have yourself kind of like a sliding glass door closet. You might be able to bust this glass, and there's an armor stand with like some bookshelves. I kind of need to add more detail, but you got the dual queen-size mattresses, some well, not very authentic, but just some basic shelving with some flowers and stuff, and then you got a big TV. Probably need to rework this, and then you would have kind of like your personal little cramped bathroom, because bathrooms on a cruise ship aren't very spacious. You probably have like the sink right here, the toilet right there, and then like the stand-in shower kind of like in this corner. So that's just all the basics. Then you have your balcony, of course. So I kind of fear that whenever I get to building the cabins, a lot of them are going to look exactly the same. But then again, that's kind of like a certain something with cruise ships. Is like most rooms look the same depending on the class or what kind of suite you get. If it's just a basic balcony stateroom, yeah, like 90% of them are going to look the same. And then you have like your suites and then your loft cabin staterooms. I think the Oasis class vessels in the Royal Caribbean Fleet have those kind of rooms. I mean, hell, just Google images of them, like Oasis of the Seas cabins, and you'll find some pretty interesting stuff. And whatever the hell this is, kind of looks like it's gonna be a bodybuilder dinosaur, I guess. I didn't build that, but whoever did, I'm not gonna destroy it. Looks like it took a lot of work, but oh well, hell, this kind of brings me to the next location. This is gonna be like where the second atrium is gonna be. Another skylight. The floors will wrap around, and I think what I had in mind for this atrium is that it would stretch lengthwise to this big ass glass wall, which then leads to the oh, it's dark shit, to the most interesting location on board the ship so far. I've spent about a whole month working on just this section of the ship. This would be Central Park, and I did not just rip that off from New York City. Like, seriously. You could call it Madison Square Garden, you know, the little sports center. Nah. But anyway, so this is supposed to be kind of like a natural, organic, beach-style garden center towards the stern of the ship. And the Oasis of the Seas, you know, even the Oasis class vessels, cruise ships, you know, in the Royal Caribbean Fleet, they all kind of have a feature like this. But I guess what is this? Two superstructures would be much more enclosed in, and it would actually be rather skinny. But, you know, like, this area kind of makes you just forget that you're on a ship in general. Because you'll have all your interior balcony staterooms all along the sides here. And it's just, you know, it just looks so natural, I mean, to me. Even these rock formations are custom. The palm trees are custom. I have actually 4 typical jungle trees. And, yeah, okay, if you're wanting to know, this is a tank. Yes. This is actually kind of one of my tank designs from my World of Tank map that I have somewhere else on the PS4. If you want to check that out, just let me know and I'll take a look at it someday. But this would be the T-29. In World of Tanks, it'd be the American Tier 7 heavy tank. And I guess the thought that went across my mind whenever I put this thing here was I was going to be kind of like making a World War II or like just a war memorial. I don't know, there's books here. You got like this tanker uniforms. I guess the shirt needs to be green. But yeah, then there'd be a sign saying this is a memorial. You leave a cake or leave a flower or something. Just to kind of like pay tribute. Like say if even you had like a relative, like a grandpa or an uncle, or maybe even your father went in the military. Even like if you had a World War II, like your grandfather's still around and he's a World War II veteran, you know, put his name down or something. I mean, this isn't something to make fun of. It's nothing to laugh at. I'm being dead fucking serious. And that was probably a bit vulgar, but yeah, I mean, this isn't just kind of like a practical joke. This this is here to stay. Because, I mean, my grandfather served in Vietnam, so... yeah. Okay, before we get too deep and dark into that situation, here you have a little island, and this is like a, I guess like a little model boat that somebody made to kind of like resemble the ship. I guess, well, there's the two smokestacks, so I guess that would be the smokestack? Yeah, well, no shit. So yeah, I mean, this is going to be the Central Park, you know, garden area. I think I did say like this was going to be a secret, not a secret, but kind of like a special reveal in like my first video when I showed off the ship. I didn't even have the rear half of it built. And then in here, I think this is going to be the most detailed cabin. This is like the interior garden balcony cabins, you know, like how I said here. In the previous cabin, there you'd have like your walk-in glass sliding door closet, your armor stand, some books just for some detail. The ceiling in here is a lot more, you know, fluctuant. It's flunk. I don't even think that's the word I'm looking for, but yeah, there it is. So, yeah, the floor, damn it! I'm getting reversed. The roof, Jesus. The roof is all more detailed and a lot more organic, if you will. You still got your two dual queen-size mattresses with the same kind of setup of the shelving with some plants. A bush inside a cabin. I know it don't make any sense, but hell, this is Minecraft, who gives a shit? Then you got a little bit more of a detailed TV. Some shelving, like a light pole. I guess I could somewhat be the support. If only it were like connected or something, it would look pretty cool. And then I don't think I did the bathroom in here, have I? No, damn it, I still haven't gotten to the bathrooms. I need to do those, but yeah, there's another like a glass-covered shelf. You got some chests and stuff like that. In the balcony, you step out. You have like a little bit of a picnic table for two. Another armor stand, I guess. And, you know, I don't know why that's there. And then you got like long chairs, like two personal long chairs, a chest, some flowers, and even the roof out here's got some like wood beams to like indicate like a modern touch. So that's pretty much all the major things as far as this ship goes. Now, if I do recall, yeah, we should have like the this kind of like interior, well, more like an inside climate-controlled pool because it's all surrounded by glass. And this is probably the only spot on the ship that's like 100% complete. You have this pool, you know, shallow end, deep end, lifeguard stands, all these, you know, long chairs, sunbathing, stuff like that. You got a couple of dining tables. You know, I mean, it's kind of like this. I'm stuttering. Whenever it like comes to ships, I know exactly what all needs to be included. I get the idea of what floor plans and like furniture setups are like on board cruise ships. I mean, I've not, well, how would you say this? I mean, I could even go as far as to say that I know what the engine room and stuff like that, the cargo bay, the electrical generators, bow thruster room, cargo space, food storage. I mean, I know where all that would go in the underbelly, even though on real cruise ships you can't, passengers aren't even allowed to go in there. So, as a little side note, here you would have like the men's changing room, sinks, and you got like your little stalls here. These aren't bathrooms, but I feel like I should like add a toilet or somewhere near here. You know, blue terracotta blocks, just add some detail, color, make it more vibrant. Same thing with the girl side. It's all pink, it's all purple, it's all pretty, it's all so beautiful. So yeah, it's just practically the same damn floor plan, just pink. So that's pretty much as far as that goes, as, you know, pretty much all I've added so far to the ship. And as well, I did do a couple of, you know, chairs, tables, and stuff like that. I mean, let me see, if I were to switch this to night, yeah, okay, even the redstone lamps still light up. And you know, another thing about cruise ships, at nighttime, they have all the different, they have colorful lights and stuff like that. When you go walking around the ship at night, it's like you're walking through Las Vegas, or hell, even Tokyo, Japan. Like, there's authentic lights everywhere. So, at night, if I were to get all the lights put in on this ship, it would probably look pretty nice at night. It would look beautiful. I mean, I'm a ship fanatic, so I mean, I've got like a heart-set hobby for cruising, building ships, and stuff like that. So, I mean, this is pretty much just about it, as far as, you know, all I've added to the ship. You know, in the right mind, I will admit it's probably not even that much of a significant difference, other than, you know, the big garden area towards the rear. Now, I guess one more little thing I should point out somewhere. Well, let me just make it nighttime. Make it daytime. Can someone just give me like a shot of adrenaline or something? I need to wake my ass up. So, what was it I was gonna say? Something that I've started adding to this map, other than the big ass ship, is somewhere towards the the stern of the ship. There's going to be something else I've just something. Oh my god! I think I need to go back and redo English class. So yeah, this. Another ship that I'm getting built up and stuff, and believe it or not, I actually just built all this in like less than 15 minutes. Just the bare bones skeletal frame. And the idea of this little ship, it's going to be like an expedition research vessel. And I'm also going to put a story behind it. Definitely putting a story behind it. Because it's going to be... This ship is also going to be called Atlantis, but there's a reason for that. The story behind this ship is that it's going to be a research vessel in search for the lost city of Atlantis. I figured that'd be kind of an interesting story, and I suddenly just got the inspiration for it as of last night whenever I stumbled over this old-school animated Disney movie called Atlantis, The Lost Empire. It was released way back in 1999 or 98 or something. Hell, even Michael J. Fox is like one of the main voice actors of the primary protagonist. But, yeah, that's gonna be a future project. I might kind of bounce back and forth. Well, actually, I don't want to do that, because then it'll take me forever to get this ship done. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I've got to show, all I've got to say. Pretty much all I've done. I know, it's painstaking. It takes forever to get shit like this done. But, you know, whenever you're doing it solo, with like a friend jumping in here every now and again, yeah, it's gonna take forever. So, if you've stuck around for this long, thank you. I don't care if you subscribe, I don't care if you like. If you want to say something, go ahead and say it in the comments. And you know what? I think that's pretty much all I've got left to say. Well, anyway, have a good day. I gotta go fix my damn truck.